What's up guys, this is OmegaLiar, and today I'm bringing you a lap from two very similar but very awesome cars. The first one is the Maserati MC12, and the reason this is such an interesting car is because at the time when it was built, it was owned by Ferrari, and that's one thing, but the other thing is, it was also built around the same time of the Ferrari Enzo. But even though this was under Maserati, which is a Ferrari company at the time, at least in Top Gear, I'm not sure about it in every track, I'm only really familiar with Top Gear, it was able to get a faster lap time. So in a sense, this car is better than an Enzo. As far as looks, it's got the Maserati touch, but in this particular case, I don't think it's better looking than the Enzo. It's still a fantastic looking car, don't get me wrong. But as far as performance goes, it's very, very good. This car sits MC12 in the S class, so that's along with other cars such as the McLaren MP4, the Murcielago, and the McLaren F1. These are stock. I'm just naming some stock cars, but this one beats almost all of them. Now, interestingly enough, despite the fact that in real life the Enzo was beaten by the MC12, for my lap times, I was only able to get a 1 minute 18.365. Whereas on my Enzo, I was able to get a 1 minute 17.201. So for some reason, I actually beat this car by a lot with the Enzo, whereas in real life, it's the other way around. Because the Enzo got a 119, and this actually got a 118.9. So I did beat the real life lap, but for some reason in this game, it just wasn't enough. But anyway, this is the second car, and it's the number 15 MC12. Basically, the MC12 jacked up on steroids, a classic case of Beauty and the Beast, because this is significantly uglier than the original version, but it's also pretty good. And it's ranked up high in the R3. I think it's, I think 1 point off of being a 700, 800. I'm not sure. I don't remember which number it is. But this, or maybe it's R2. Excuse me for a second. Yes, in fact, it is R2. The only thing is though, the way this car works, it's just, compared to some of the other cars that are in the R2 class, this car just, it's not good enough. It doesn't handle well enough. It doesn't hit the turns fast enough with enough downforce. It just slides around too much for an R2. And for this reason, it's a lot slower than most of the R2s I've tested. Now, if we look to some other R2 lap times, we have the Audi A4 Touring beating this, the Aventador beating this, the Aston Martin, I called it Racer Guy, but the DBR9 beating this. It just wasn't good enough. The only thing that lost to it was my Nissan GTR Racing Edition, I guess, and my Bugatti. But aside from that, it is pretty good looking and it sounds fantastic. That's undeniable. But I don't know. I just can't recommend it at all. It's not good enough for the R2 class. But in the S class, it's fantastic. Anyway, if you like this video, as always, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next commentary. And thank you for watching. I really appreciate a like. Thank you.